President Biden has made tackling the climate crisis a top priority of his administration. He has proposed a series of executive actions and legislative initiatives to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, promote clean energy, and protect vulnerable communities from the impacts of climate change. But how will his climate plan affect the poor in positive or negative ways? On the positive side, Biden's climate plan could create new opportunities for employment and training in the clean energy sector. According to the White House, the plan aims to create millions of good-paying jobs in industries such as solar, wind, electric vehicles, battery storage, and grid modernization. The plan also includes investments in workforce development and labor standards to ensure that workers have the skills and protections they need to thrive in the green economy. For example, the bipartisan infrastructure law provides $7.5 billion for electric vehicle charging stations and $3.5 billion for clean energy manufacturing, which could support thousands of jobs across the country. Another potential benefit of Biden's climate plan for the poor is reducing energy bills and pollution. The plan seeks to make electricity 100% carbon-free by 2035 and to improve energy efficiency in buildings and appliances. This could lower energy costs for consumers and businesses, especially for low-income households that spend a larger share of their income on energy. The plan also aims to reduce air pollution from fossil fuels, which disproportionately affects low-income and minority communities that suffer from higher rates of asthma, heart disease, and premature death. For example, the Inflation Reduction Act provides tax credits for homeowners and renters to install solar panels, heat pumps, and other clean energy technologies that can save money and improve health. However, Biden's climate plan could also have some negative effects on the poor, such as by imposing higher taxes and regulations on certain sectors and industries. The plan calls for eliminating subsidies and tax breaks for fossil fuel companies and increasing fees for oil and gas drilling on public lands. It also proposes to set stricter standards for vehicle emissions, methane leaks, power plant pollution, and environmental justice. These measures could raise costs for producers and consumers of fossil fuels, which could affect jobs and incomes in regions that depend on coal, oil, or gas. For example, some coal miners and oil workers could lose their jobs or face lower wages as demand for their products declines. Another possible drawback of Biden's climate plan for the poor is that it may not be enough to address the root causes of poverty and inequality in the United States. The plan focuses mainly on reducing emissions and increasing resilience, but it does not address other factors that contribute to poverty, such as lack of education, health care, housing, and social services. The plan also relies heavily on market mechanisms and private investment to drive the transition to clean energy, which could leave behind some communities that lack access to capital, credit, or infrastructure. For example, some rural areas and tribal nations may not benefit from the expansion of offshore wind or solar power if they are not connected to the grid or have other barriers to participation. In conclusion, Biden's climate plan could have both positive and negative effects on the poor in the United States. It could create new opportunities for employment and training in clean energy, reduce energy bills and pollution, or impose higher taxes and regulations on fossil fuels. It could also fail to address the deeper causes of poverty and inequality, or exclude some communities from the benefits of the green transition. The ultimate impact of the plan will depend on how it is implemented and how it interacts with other policies and programs that affect the well-being of low-income Americans.